Okay, so hello, I'm Borówka, and I'm holding a booking agency. I organize concerts for 15 years in Poland, and for this time I organize over 4,000 shows. I know it sounds a big number. It is a big number, and I spent most of my life for the last 15 years being on tour and touring with different bands, pretty much singer-songwriters, folk music, but also others. And we are, that's the name of my company. We did shows, as I said, mostly in Poland, but also in other countries, also Serbia. We've been once in Subotica. This is my second time in your country. And yeah, I would like to talk to you and explain you how to make a, if you're a band from a town, somewhere around here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. My deal is to show you how to make a tour and like live on tour and play a lot of shows and have fun out of it and not get bored and not get bankrupt, as the network says. Like, yeah. If you're all in one band, what the thing which I would like to say to you at the beginning is to discuss between you what is the point of the band. This is the thing which I always tell to the band, because the worst situation is that, for example, there's a 4-piece band like you are, and the singer is like very into it. The guitar is like, yeah, I can play a lot of shows, but I have to get alcohol for free, and that's okay. Then the bass player like, yeah, I can play 8 shows, but I have to get 100 euro per night. If not, I'm not playing. The drummer don't give a shit. So it's really important to talk to each other and make like, okay, why we are in a band, so there's no frustrations and there's no situations like after you go for the first tour and you come back home and you have 5 euro in your pocket and said, okay, somebody's frustrated, yeah, it's not how it should be. So it's a really main point to find out why are we doing this. Remember that not everybody have to be Madonna, not everybody have to play stadiums. You can still have a lot of fun with being a small band, playing for 30 people. Actually, I work with bands who mostly play small shows for, let's say, from 30 to 100 people, and this is our market in Poland. We do a lot of shows, as I said, but mostly these are small events. Yeah. I don't know the town where are you from, but let's say for this moment you're from here, from Novi Sad. Okay. My question is, you want to play a tour, you want to make a tour. How do you start? What's your first idea? Tell me.
Well, maybe first.
One question: is any of you like the boss who is taking care of concerts and stuff?
Well, I'm trying to do that,
okay.
And it's not going really well.
Okay, it's good that we meet. So okay, so you want to go on tour for, let's say, from Wednesday to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
How do you start planning this tour? I'll try to give you a tip. Main point. Hello. The point to start is to take care of logistics. Like, if you're from here, it's pointless, and you can make. Sorry.
Here. You want to make first concert here.
It is a way also. Any other ideas? You're musicians?
No. Volunteer, sorry.
Okay. You are a musician?
Yes.
Okay. Like singer-songwriter?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're doing shows by yourself, like you're booking at the same time and you take care of, or you have a manager?
I plan on with the band to perform with the band.
Okay. So yeah, we're trying to plan a tour for a band, for a songwriter, which is from Novi Sad. You can. What's the name of your band, by the way?
Affliction.
Again?
Affliction.
Affliction. That's how I.
Not really.
With 2 F. L-E-I. L-I. No E-I. No E.
Would you like me to write it?
Yes.
Affliction?
Yes.
Yes.
What does it mean?
It's like the
Some
other
sort
word
of
for
sadness,
sickness.
depression.
Okay. Ah, okay, okay. There are 4 of you in the band.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Let's say you're from Novi Sad. It'll be easier for me.
That's good.
What kind of music you play?
Metal.
Metal and grunge.
Let's call it metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, so to start to plan, your idea was good to play here, but we want to make a tour which will be like 5 days. So you can't play 5 days in your own town. Of course you can, but it's pointless. Hello, jump in, have a seat on the floor, wherever you want.
Okay, sure.
The first thing to plan a tour for me is to plan it in a good way logistically. So you don't drive from here to, I don't know,
To the other side of the country.
country or, yeah, okay, let's say to the other side of the country. Exactly. So the best way is to, let's say we want to make it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's go for like a 5-day tour. What would be the first town where you want to go? That's the question for you.
Maybe somewhere close to Novi Sad.
Give me a name of the town. I'm not expert in Serbia, so Subotica is the only town I've been to. Is it close enough? Like 1 hour, I think. Okay.
That's fun.
Okay, that's our Wednesday. Hello.
Hello.
Have a seat. Join in. That's Wednesday. Where do we go on Thursday?
Kikinda?
Again?
Kikinda.
You write it down. That's our Thursday. What's our Friday? I'll keep you here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, can you name any town which is not, for example, in Serbia, but let's say in Hungary, but it's close to the border? Any?
You should know that.
I should know that, but
Okay, let's say, why don't we go to Budapest? How far is it? Like 2 hours drive?
Yeah.
3 hours drive?
5.
it's
maybe.
like 5.
Yeah.
5 hours. Okay, so something closer.
Maybe Danish.
Danish.
Put it on Saturday. It's in Hungary, right?
No.
It's here.
It's in Romania.
Okay.
It's Romania, but it's here.
It's Romania.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Uh-huh. And Sunday. Hello, have a seat, guys.
You can sit there. Yeah. Just so I don't interrupt later, just one small announcement because of everything. One of you two just put people to sign that they're present here, odnosno dajte mi samo svima da se potpišu i sačuvajte to kod sebe pa ćete mi dati to dogovoriti. Okay, I just, for the list and everything, I'm here if you need anything from me also, and you will check with Borówka for how long you want to stay and everything, but we will say something around 8. So have a great time and thank you so much.
Can I ask for a glass of water, please?
Yeah, of
Thank you.
course, of course.
Let's put a gig for Sunday. Come on. You don't have much time, so I need you to be active.
Belgrade.
I want to play in Jamaica.
Once again?
Belgrade.
Belgrade. Okay, put Belgrade. Okay. That's kind of a plan. The people who just came, I'll just explain you. Our goal is to, thank you very much, for 1 hour to plan a tour for a band which is called Affliction.
Yeah.
Affliction. They are sitting here. It could be your band. For this moment, we said they're from Novi Sad. There are 4 people in the band. They play metal, but it also works for like a singer-songwriter. It's even easier if you're a singer-songwriter, and I suppose some of you are. So that's our plan for the tour. The first tour of the band we are planning from Wednesday to Sunday. These are the towns which you put, and the one thing which is not there is Novi Sad, which is like your town. Of course, we can put it on the list, but remember that when you are playing in your own town, you will always have the biggest audience because you will invite your grandpa, your friend, your boyfriend, your everyone. And it's the thanks. Yeah. So you thank you. So you can during this 1 hour meeting, I will give you some tips which can help you. So the first tip is when you organize a concert in your own town, always make it special. Always pick up the best day to play there. The best day to play is always Saturday. So put your show on Saturday. It don't have to be on the tour. Why? Because on Saturday, as I said, it's the best day to play shows. You'll get the biggest audience. You probably know all the local media which you can write to, so they will talk about your concert and get you more and more people. There's always a task. If we are from some town, let's say Nowy Sad, is it worth to play there every month, or is it worth to play there once a year? My idea is to play there once, maximum twice a year, because then, like, even if you have your grandpa love you, she won't come to your show every fucking month. So when you're playing in your own town, make it special and make it, let's say, once a year or twice a year. But then at one day you'll get 100 people instead of having 20 people every month, and you'll have better show, bigger venue with better sound, better photos, better videos from it. So it will be like a big event for you. So first tip, when you play in your own town, make it special, make it on Saturday, invite all friends that you have, and they will also help you to share the Facebook event and invite another. I ask about these towns because, for example, I suppose some of these towns are not very big, and that's a tip which usually, for example, when the bands contact us in Poland, they said, yeah, we want to play in your country, or we want to play, and then they pick up the biggest cities where they want to play. We write them back, that's not the best idea, because when you are playing in a big city, let's say Belgrade, which is here on the list, at the same evening in Belgrade, there are probably 10 other events taking part. And as your band is probably new and nobody knows you, so the local media won't give a shit about your concert, because there are 5 or 10 other shows in Belgrade. I suppose there will be 10 other shows which will take part on that day. So all the media will be focused on them. You are a small band, so you are not able to print 500 posters to put them everywhere in Belgrade. You don't have money for this also. So our goal is to play usually in smaller towns. That's another tip which I want to give you. Remember that in smaller towns people also have radio, internet, and they want to listen to music. And it's much easier to get audience there. Because I know bands always want to play the biggest towns. That's not the way at the beginning. The way is the goal is to have audience, and in smaller towns it's pretty often easier to have them. What else? I asked for a country outside of Serbia. Are you also Serbian? Yeah? No. Okay. I asked for a country outside of Serbia on this tour because somehow in our brain it works this way that, yeah, we play in our country. But for example, it might be closer sometimes to go to another country instead of go to another city in your country. Playing abroad is like, it's totally doable. For example, if we are planning a tour in Poland, which is a really big country, sometimes we have a concert next to the border with Germany or Slovakia or Czech, and for us it's easier to go there than to go to another city in our country. So don't feel this blockade in your head that our country. If it's possible to go abroad, go abroad. Another thing, you have these shows and you talk with the promoters or the organizers of the concerts about the money. I'm trying to make this meeting quicker because we don't have much time. So, what is important about it? In this business, you can't think, okay, we want €200 every evening, otherwise we are not playing. In this business you have to be very flexible. It happens to me that I am on tour and on one day we get 500 euro and on the next day we get 100 euro. But we are still on tour, day by day, day by day, day by day. Sometimes we sleep in a 4-star hotel with a swimming pool, or the next day we sleep on the floor at somebody's place. But we keep on playing and playing and playing. We get new audience, we sell some CDs, and you know, it all keeps on rolling. That's another tip I want to give you. Be very, very flexible about conditions. Sometimes it's, sometimes you think, okay, like after you count the money, you said, there won't be much left after this show. Okay, but some new people will see you. You have a possibility to show your stuff to some new people. And when you will come back to this town for the next time, and the next time, and the next time, these people who show up, if you play a good concert, they will come back. And they will bring another people. And this is how it grows. The philosophy of my company is to grow the audience. We had a band from Serbia called Stray Dog. I don't know if you know them. They're from Belgrade. And we organized them first tour, and we had some number of audience, and then we organized a second tour. And people who were the first one, they played good shows, came back and brought their friends, and this is how we do it, like growing step by step.
They got successful here.
Sorry?
They got successful here.
Here, okay. Good to know. In Poland, nobody heard about them. They played 2 tours there. First one was okay. It was called by a small booking agency. We were organizing the second one, which was put them a little bit higher. But still, step by step, coming back to some towns. That's the philosophy. Talking about the money is also another thing, because you probably have in Serbia something like House of Cultures or festivals. And when they ask you, okay, how much money you want for your concert, you should always treat different a place which is held by like a private guy who put his heart and have some sound system, but it's not perfect and it's not digital and it's not professional. And totally different, you should treat the festival or a public place like a House of Culture, because they have money in the budget. So you can always ask more if it's like an outside show, if it's organized by a House of Culture or like a public place, or if it's like a festival. You can always ask for more money than if you are calling some small local club or venue which is held by a private person. And as another thing, you will see that on one day you will get 100 euro and on the next day you get 200. But in my opinion, it's always worth to play. Play as much as fucking possible, because this will grow you up. We were here yesterday with a girl called Katia. She played here yesterday evening. And for last year, we played with, she played 100 shows in Poland during pandemic year, which is insane, it's crazy. But that's how we did it. We played bigger places, smaller places. We played some illegal gigs because it was legal to do shows in pandemia. But after 1 year, this brought her to 4 festivals this year in summer in Poland. Why? Because she was very active. People have seen her here. And then whispering one to another like, yeah, there's a good girl called Katia, invite her. And this is why we get invitation this year for some festivals. I think the band have to be active, and being active, I mean you have to be active at your social media, you have to be active in playing gigs. Of course you can go to talent show, I suppose you have something like Serbia Got Talent or other shit like this. I think this kind of things, you're popular for 5 minutes. People see you in the TV, and after 5 minutes there will be another band who's coming there and they will forget about you. The way to grow audience that's another tip, to grow audience who will be always behind you. For example, you say, yeah, we're collecting money to record an album, and they will give you this money, is the audience who you meet on the concerts. If you finish your show, you meet the people, you can talk to them, you can sell them the CD, and then they will follow you, they will come back to your show, they will keep their fingers crossed for your career. So play as much as possible. Sometimes it will be better, sometimes worse, sometimes you will get more money, sometimes less. At the beginning, sometimes you will have 5 people at audience. Okay, I had situations where we had 5 people at audience, and we thought, fuck, it's disaster. But one of these 5 people were a guy who was holding a place somewhere else, and he said, yeah, you're great, I will invite you to my place. And this is how you make a snowball which is growing and growing and growing and growing. Yeah, questions? Yeah, if you want to, ask or...
Do you think that language is important? For instance, how people from Serbia, if they sing in local language, could be interesting in Poland?
I think they can. I think the best solution is to sing in both languages. Like if you have songs in English and Serbia, for example, if you would ask me to book a band from Serbia, for me the best situation would be if the band would play both, because English is a language which people can understand in Poland, and Serbia makes your local thing more attractive. For example, if there's a band playing, if a band from Serbia come to Poland and they play the whole set in English, it would be very attractive to people that they sing 3-4 songs in your language, just to hear it, even if I don't understand much. I mean, our languages are similar, but even if I don't understand everything, it's kind of interesting. So, on the other hand, there are some bands from Poland who became popular outside of Poland, and they were singing only in Polish. So people didn't understand what they are singing about, but the vibe was very good, they sound very good, they looked very good, it worked. So, yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
I think it does matter, and I think the best solution is to mix it. But I don't think it's, if you sing just in English or just in Serbian, it just cuts out the barrier. Most of the bands I work with sing in English. We work with pretty much singer-songwriters, they mostly sing in English. But think about it that way. In Poland or Germany or any other country, there are hundreds of people singing in English. So if you come with Serbian language, there's something, interesting, something special about it. But in my opinion, the best way is the mixture of it. But I know some bands just feel singing in English, and that's okay. Some people just think singing in Serbian and they can't sing in English. That's also okay, it's individual. Okay.
What type of music is most popular in Poland?
Pop. Like pop.
For gigs?
Also, we don't work with this kind of music. We work with mostly singer-songwriters. We are looking for that's our style mostly. Not only, but mostly. Or like duos, trios, but not big bands, but other small bands, which can play, for example, acoustic. Or that's another thing. You are a band. You plan the tour somehow, and how to find exact places to play there? That's my question for you. How do you look for places? You're a manager.
Yeah. Well, you look for places that invite similar artists. Like you are. Example, a metal band wouldn't come to a pop club or something.
Exactly. Maybe don't look where, I don't know what is the most popular metal band from Serbia, I have no idea. But don't look where they play, but look on bands who are at similar level of popularity as yours, and see where they are playing. So if you're like a singer-songwriter, have a look where other singer-songwriters are playing, and write to these places. That's one thing. Second thing, which is possible, and actually I came to this festival to do this also. Try to meet other bands, other musicians. There is kind of thing that bands treat themselves, or songwriters treat themselves as what is the word in English? Not like enemies, but they exactly. Thanks. They compete with each other. Of course, somehow you compete with each other, but if you're friendly with another songwriter, then if he plays in a place and it was great, then he lets you know, hey, this place is worth to go there. And remember that if you will play a good show there, this place which organized the concert will like to have another concert in a month, and then they will invite you. And it works both ways. For example, we as a booking agency collaborate with 2 other booking agencies who have similar artists to ours. And on one day I could say, fuck, they are playing in this venue and I would like to play there. Yes, of course. But if they play a good concert, and I see, for example, at Instagram, yeah, we played here, it was very nice. I write them straight away, guys, what is the place? Is the promoter an asshole or he's okay? Was the sound okay? How much money we can ask for? Try to, this festival, each festival is a great moment to meet other bands, to talk to them, to exchange experience, to exchange. In general, this whole booking thing is about having contacts, meeting people, and helping each other. If you help one band to book a show, then they will help you. For example, now we are looking for singer-songwriter or a duo, let's say from Serbia, who would be interested in booking 4 or 5 shows for my band from Poland, and as an exchange, I can book a show for them in Poland. And this, probably none of us will get rich out of this, but it's a chance for you and me to find new audience. Also, if you're a band from Novi Sad and you know a band from Subotica, just write them, okay guys, that's another way to find places to play. Let's make like a swap gig thing. For example, it means when we will play in Novi Sad, we will invite you to open for us, to play as a support for us. And when you will play in your Subotica town, then you invite us to play as support for you. The effect is that when you will go to Subotica for your first time with your band, you won't play for 3 people, but you will have 50 people, and you know, the other band will take care of you, and it's a win-win situation. If we also did it many times with different bands from other countries. That's the way how I get to 20 countries in Europe. We found a band, or they found us, and we made this kind of exchange. We organized a short tour for them in Poland, and they organized a short tour for our band in their country. So think this way. That's another tip. Another tip I have.
Which time of the year is the best for gigs in Poland?
We are focused on small venues. So for us, everything except holidays and except Christmas time is a good time. But we're doing shows all the time. Now it's pandemic time, so, or like post-pandemic time, so it's a bit different. For example, last 3 months, so in Poland, the playing concerts became legal 3 months ago, and I'm on tour all the time. Since beginning of June, I'm on tour with different bands all the fucking time, because we're playing a lot, because it's different time than usual. Playing concerts was forbidden for 1 year, so people want to attend shows, we want to play, so. But the best time, there's no best time. Like, you know, summer is festivals. If you get to one of them, it's great. Then club concerts are usually spring and autumn. I think it's everywhere like this. Then winter is like so-so because it's Christmas, and I know it's strong here, but in Poland Christmas is like everybody's focused on Christmas trees and New Year's Eve and like getting drunk, so maybe that's not the best time to play. Yeah. Okay. If you're songwriters, some of you said you are kind of songwriters, your task is even easier because you're like probably solo or duo playing with a guitar. It's not like a full band. And the thing which we do pretty much, we are doing house shows. We play gigs at people's houses. For example, we put an announcement at Facebook. We are looking for people who want to organize our concert in their house. And the room is sometimes like this room. There's a guy with a guitar singing Bob Dylan. And there are like 20 people sitting on the floor. There are no tickets. We just pass the hat. They throw money as much as they want. So this is our payment. We sleep at the owner's place. So we have a place to sleep. The owner usually gives food and he's happy he can have this kind of event at home. It will be difficult for your band if you're playing metal, so it might not work. But if you're like singer-songwriter, as some of you said, it's totally doable. And when I said we had Stray Dog in Poland, your Serbian band, the tour was 10 days long, but the worst days like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we organized shows at houses, and it turns out very well. We sell some CDs, so this gives us money. I'm talking about money because it's great that we are doing music and we are working with music industry, but at the end, it is connected with money. We have to have money to buy guitars, we have to money to live, we have to get money to live. That's fair enough. The worst situation for the band is to have a day off when we are planning the tour, because if there's a band of 4 people and there's no concert, we have a gap between cities. Everybody have to eat something, everybody have to sleep somewhere, so there's costs and there's no money earned. So then this is how we decided to start to play house shows. And we know sometimes a friend, I don't know, let's say we go from here to another part of Serbia and we have a gap, but we have a friend somewhere, and just write him, okay man, we want to play at your house, invite 30 friends and we can play an acoustic set there. Or even without, if you're like a singer-songwriter, you can play without any sound, just acoustic. And it's a great idea, and people love it because they are fucking quiet, they really listen, which at metal show is not maybe main point, but if you're a songwriter, it's very important to have a listening audience who are quiet, who listen. So at the house shows, people are very quiet, they're focused on music. So yeah, that's kind of another way to find places to play. I said that Katja, that was performing here yesterday, played 100 shows, but I think 30 of them, or maybe even more, were house shows, which we played at private places for hat donations. So we passed the hat, and people put money there, and that was our payments. And yeah. Any questions? Feel free.
Sorry, we have to go.
Yeah, easy. I
See
understand.
you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye, guys.
Okay, let's say you have one of these shows, and how to make it more successful, how to promote your concert. What's your ideas?
Social media.
What else? Okay, which of these towns, because I don't know them, except Belgrade, which one of these towns is the smallest? How many people live there, more or less? How many people live there?
20,000.
Okay, so let's say there's 20,000 people there, and you're playing there on Thursday evening. Social media, okay, but for how many Facebook fans your band have, more or less? 200, 2,000?
700.
700?
Yes.
Okay, so Facebook. So let's say out of 700 people in Kikinda, sorry if I pronounce bad.
Oh, it's
Okay, probably not one of them is from kicking.
Sorry?
Probably not one of those.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. Probably maybe there are 5 people.
Yeah.
So social media in your way won't work much. But what you can do is to, and that's a manager task, you have to sit at your computer and try to find all local media which are in Kikinda. Try to find local newspapers, local radios, local TV, and I'm 100% sure they have all of them. There will be some internet website like kikinda.com or like kikinda24.com or something like this. Find all the local media and prepare a very good information and send them by email. I suppose that on Thursday evening there's not many things going on in Kikinda. Maybe there's one more event, but probably not. So they have a topic to write because there's nothing going on, and you're coming with your band or your songwriter project. The information which you're preparing should be it should have very good topic. I don't know anything about your band, but let's say you supported AC/DC once. So we supported AC/DC, now we will play in Kikinda. Or like write a topic which will be interesting for the journalists. They want to see it straight away. And then write very short intro, like hello, one sentence at the beginning. And write a short info about your band. Don't put an info which is like this, like the band met in 2016 after somebody broke with someone, and then this guy attended and the other quit it, and then we wanted to record a demo but we didn't because the studio burned and stuff. Nobody gives a shit about it. Make the information short in like few sentences. And it's about sending press information, but it's also about Facebook event. If you create a Facebook event for your event, don't make it fucking long. Nobody gives a shit about the story. We are living in times when everything's go quick, so you have to interest the people in a very, very quick and in a short way. Like the information should be something like 5-6 sentences. What are you playing? Maybe where you're from? If you win any contest, or if you record an album, or I don't know, something special. What is the most? Why I should go to your concert? These 5 sentences should persuade everyone. Then put a link to the tickets. I suppose you also sell tickets through internet, so put a link to the tickets and write where are you playing, when are you playing, at what time, how much are the tickets, and at what day. Then you should put a link where the journalist can download your music. Because, for example, there might be a situation that there's like a radio program, and there's a guy, and he said he read this and thought, okay, that's a nice, interesting metal band. I don't give a shit about metal, but something is going on in Kikinda. I will play their music. So he doesn't have time to call you like, hello, guys from Affliction.
Yeah,
Hi, guys from Affliction. I need your song. Can you send it to me? He don't give a shit. You have to send it in the email straight away. And don't send it as an attachment, because it is the wage of the email is huge. Just put a link where he can listen to your song, one of them, and download it. Also, put 2 links at YouTube which you have. And it can be a link of YouTube where your grandma is recording this, like shaking hands from your concert. It's better not to do it than to do it that way. You have to make the best video you have. It's really worth to invest in a good video. Live video, or like, I don't know, a good video clip. But this can interest the people. Why I'm saying this? Because, for example, there might be a local website of this Kikinda. Let's say Kikinda 24/7/24.com. And they want to write about your concert because you send them the information. So they don't have time to search at YouTube. Just send them the links. The journalists have to have everything set in one email. Name of, like, short info of the band, link to download, link to YouTube, and you can attach 1 or 2 photos of the band. And another, again, it can be like a selfie from the van. It's worth to invest, and you don't have to, I don't mean a lot of money, but it's worth to invest in good photo. Give your friends, I don't know, 10 cans of beer and said, man, you're a photographer, make us a nice session. And don't make photos like me and a guitar, like, it's fucking boring. Really, a good photo session can sell your show. We had, for example, organized concerts of bands that nobody in Poland knew. But because they had very good photo sessions, so when people were scrolling the internet, reading newspapers, this photo was so good that people start to read about it. We are living in times when it's like photo time. Like everybody have not everybody, but most of the people have Instagram, Facebook, and they're like scrolling, and then there's a good photo, so they stop. So remember, and under the photo there's an information. The band Affliction is playing in Kikinda on Thursday at 8 o'clock in this and this venue. But you must have a good photo. That's the thing which bands pretty often forget, and they like, you know, guitar, drummer with sticks, bass player with bass, and a singer, and it's boring. Make a good photo session, something special, something unique. This can help a lot. So send this all thing to the local media. We call it in Polish like sitting as hours. I don't know if I can translate it into English. Like hours which the manager of the boss of the event have to sit at the computer and look for the local media, prepare this email properly and send it there. But this will give you an effect. Yeah. Any questions? Okay, so another thing, comparing to sending email, because we don't have much time, this is why I'm trying to be very quick about all this shit. For example, we start to talk how to look for the places where to play. So you look where other bands are playing. And for example, you found these places. You grow your base of these contacts. Like look for new places, get emails from them, and send them the offer of your concerts every half a year, let's say, or every year. The question is how to write a concert offer to persuade a guy from Kikinda to book your band and not another one. That's my question to you. So I can dream.
Have to convince him that we are better than the other band.
Once again?
We have to convince him to be...
Not even better, but how to make his get his attention. Because I can imagine that we as a booking agency get a lot of emails, so I can imagine each venue, each club get a lot of email from different bands from Serbia, but also from other countries, bands who are touring Europe. People write them. Write again something which has good topic of the email. So this, it won't be like cancel. It'll be like interesting topic. Write in this topic in 3-4 words what is special about you, and this makes the promoter, the organizer, open the email. And then again, in the email, just write short info, 2 links to YouTube, so the guy can see you live performing, or he can see your video, and then he knows, okay, it's good, I want to have it in my venue, or he will just cancel it, but you have his attention. And in this kind of offer, put 3 things. Write how big is the travel party. It means how many people come with the concert. If there's like a 4-piece band, and let's say a manager, so there's 5 people. If you're a singer-songwriter, just write 2 people, like songwriter and driver or manager. But because this information, in English you call it travel party. This information gets the promoter like idea, okay, so there will be 2 people, so I have to spend €5 to get them a place to sleep and €5 to get them food. Okay, I have enough money, I want to book this concert. Second thing, which you should write in the first email, you should send the rider. I don't mean exactly the technical rider in details, but write, for example, technical rider, 2 guitars, 1 bass and drums. Or if you're a songwriter, technical rider, very simple, guitar and vocal. So that also opens this person who reads the email, his head, okay, this is the rider, so I can put them in my venue, or I can put them at this kind of event. It makes your writing quicker. Because when you will send an offer to a place, to a venue, first thing that the venue will ask is how much is the concert, how many people are coming, and what is the technical rider. So you make things quicker, and your chances to organize this concert grows. This is why I mean this thing. Put how many people comes, what is the rider, and the time. More or less, when are you planning the tour? If it's like, for example, spring, because you know your album will be released, that's also a reason. just more or less, say it's spring or it's autumn or it's winter, this makes your chances to book the concerts bigger. I'm giving you these tips so you can be like make it better and easier and make it better than the people who are not here and they don't know about it. Yeah. Any questions for now? So I can have a look. What else should we talk about? Feel free to ask. Okay, another way to get audience is to play supports. I don't know if you have the same like opening for some bigger bands. Yeah.
Yes.
It happens very often that the band, if it's really big, they won't pay you any money. Sometimes they even ask you to pay them.
Yes.
Which is okay, which is fair, because if nobody knows you in Kikinda and a popular band is playing there, so you as a support are just paying the ass for them, because they have to come earlier for soundcheck, they have to leave later because you're playing before. You don't get any audience because nobody knows you. So I think paying for playing support is too much. But if somebody offers you to play for free, I think it makes sense, because if there's a band which gets 500 people and you can play before them, there will be already, let's say, 200 people. You have 200 people to play the best show of your life and show it to people for free, which you can't get by yourself. So it's totally worth to play supports, to play opening acts. That's what our artists also do. And another tip, right after you finish your concert, you don't go to backstage and drink beer and say, yeah, I played really well tonight. No, you move your ass to the merch place where the band is selling CDs, t-shirts and stuff. And you should also have some merch, like whatever. If you don't have recorded a CD, make a bag, make t-shirts, make something. Because first of all, this will give you some money if you sell it. Second of all, if people will wear your t-shirt like Slipknot, your free advertisement of your band. Somebody will say, hey, you have a t-shirt with Affliction. Who the fuck is Affliction? Ah, it's a band that play really well, man. I've been to their concert. It grows your popularity. So it's worth to have merch. I mean, you have to have merch. It's like, it's a thing which you have to have. And right after your concert, even if you're playing as support for someone, or if it's your show, you have to go to the merch table, because sometimes people are leaving the venue and then they see, oh, the band is there. Let's go and talk, especially if they drink 2 beers at this time, so they're like more open. And like, yeah guys, you played a really nice concert, I would like to buy your CD, how can I find you at Facebook, at Instagram and stuff. You can use it. It's like your time. You'll have money out of it, you have bigger popularity out of it. But after playing a gig, and that's a rule which we have in my company, in Borówka Music, that if the band finish the concert in 5 minutes, if not the whole band, so the singer or like 2 of them, go to the merch table and talk to people, make photos, like is there for the audience to be there, like people want to meet you, and yeah, that's another tip. What else? We were talking for a second about getting some attention from media, like local media and other media. Which is my idea to get media attention, is to make something special. For example, play a concert at the highest building of the town, or play a concert in prison, or play a concert, I don't know where. Do something special, like it's your creativity. For example, I had an artist with who we organized, he's a singer-songwriter, and we organized 24 shows in 24 hours in 24 places. It was like crazy, but we did it. Some of these shows were like half an hour, that was the longest. The shortest was like just play to one song somewhere and have it done and went further. So we played gigs at train station, bus station, some venues, some office, some radio, some TV, and it was planned logistically very well, but we made this kind of thing. So
Sounds impossible.
yes, but we did it. And the media were interested in this by themselves. They thought like, okay, this is insane. So the media we had like free promotion in the media because each local newspaper, radio or TV was talking about it. So if you have a good idea to do something special, not like showing ass on stage because it's shitty, but yeah, just have an idea of something unique. It's all about your creativity, and this will get your attention. This is normally you have to, you know, pay for it or like fight for it, and then it's for free. What else? Okay, planning tours. For example, let's say the band is from Novi Sad, and which of these towns is the furthest, like the farthest away from here?
From here,
Yes.
it's probably Temishur.
And
Really?
Okay, how many kilometers is it, more or less?
Oh,
so, but it's
no, it's not.
300? How many?
100, maybe more.
Oh, yeah,
It's
only?
more than 100.
Okay, let's say 200 kilometers. And there's a border right between. So, you're playing in Timisoara tomorrow, and you're thinking, okay, at what time should we leave? The sound check is at 5 o'clock in Timisoara. We have 200 kilometers. Google Maps says it's 3 hours, so we can leave 3 hours before the sound check. No. 100%, the drummer will forget his sticks, the guitar player will be late, something will happen on the road, there will be a line on the border and stuff. Always plan these things in advance. And it's not about just because Timisoara is in a different country, but in your country the same. Always go, have some advance, so then when you get to the venue, you have enough time to make sound check, you have enough time, there's no pressure and there's no stress. So if the Google Maps says it's 3 hours drive, you should definitely count minimum 4 hours. Because somebody wants to stop on the gas station for hot dogs, somebody wants to stop for a beer, and stuff. So that's the thing. Another, why are you looking at each other?
He would stop for beer.
Yeah, my man. But another thing, remember when you go on tour and you go to a place to play a concert and you plan with the promoter that you will show up at 4:30, at 5 is the sound check. If you are late, our rule which we have is to write the place, or call the place actually, or write the place by text message when we are leaving. So we just write, okay, we are late or we are on time. So the guy knows where are you. And if you supposed to be at 5 o'clock in the venue and you know you will be late and you come late, it's just disrespectful for the people. Remember, they also have their own time. So if they know you are late, which is not okay, but still, they know, so they can do, I don't know, shopping, they can pick up children from kindergarten, they can do something, and be in touch, be communicative with the other place. When you get to the venue, that's another tip. Sometimes the band comes to a venue like, you know, drums here and here, we play here. No, when you come to the venue, first thing which you do is you meet the promoter, like the manager, you meet the sound guy, if you have a guy who takes care of lights, you meet them, because how you will sound, how you will look, if you will get money, depends on these people. If you are, try to remember their names for one day, because if you remember their name for that day and you are doing sound check and you ask the guy with his name like, John, can you give me a little bit more guitar in the monitor? The guy will work much nicer to you if he knows, okay, he remembers my name, he respects me. If you are good to these guys who work with you, then they are good to you. You have a sound guy here tonight. I don't know who of you are playing here tonight, but there's a sound guy here. If you meet him, if you're nice to him, then he will also focus, and it works both ways. He will put more effort for you to sound better, and it's always this way. So be good to these guys who don't treat them as, I don't know, show respect to them. Don't treat them as your slaves or people who like, yeah, they have to work and they have to give me good sound. They don't have to. It's you working with them, and this gives the better effect. So if you are good to people, they will be good to you. Any questions?
If you show up in a town nobody knows you, how many songs is your advice to play?
If it's
you're a
your-
singer, a songwriter.
If it's just your concert,
Yeah,
and you're singer-songwriter, like guitar and vocal,
yeah.
we suggest to play 50 minutes plus anchors, so it's 1 hour. Maximum, I think, is 1 hour and 2 songs as an anchor, not longer, because it's the form, 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5
Okay,
minutes is okay.
The form of like singer-songwriter is that it will start to be boring to people. And if you play it shorter, then it's better. I don't know if I can explain it in English. It's better to have the audience not full, but they want still more, than to play too long and then it became boring. Sorry, I know your songs are the best in the world, but I still think after listening to them 1 hour, remember also that most of these people haven't heard your songs before. So it's different if you would play them 1 hour of covers who they know and they're like, yeah, maybe, you know, they know the song. And then if you play your own songs, they don't know it. So I think 1 hour is the maximum. And like, thank you, good night. If somebody wants to take some of your music home, you can buy my CD and you can find me at Instagram, Facebook, and that's it. That's my tip. Any questions? I want to have a photo with you before you go. And if you want to ask something, they asked me to make it actually. So I can prove this way. For free. Oh, no, I haven't. Okay, for free. 1, 2. Thank you. And if you want to ask something, if any of you is interested in like collaboration, we are honestly looking for not metal bands, sorry, but if you are like singer-songwriters, we are open to do collaboration between Poland and Serbia. Yeah. Sorry it was so quick, but we don't have more time. I did my best. Thank you very much, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Help us.
I hope so. Thank you.